Alright, sorry about that. Excuse me. The last video got cut very short, and I do apologize. It was an accident. Dog started barking, and I did not try to stop it. I tried to put it on pause, which you can do with the app. And I tried to put it on pause, and it stopped. Instead, I minimized it by accident, which stopped the video. So, I left off. I'll put this video up at the same time. So, I left off at these right here. If I can reach. Okay. Sorry. This book looks like the other one, so I'm gonna do this one. It looks like this one, but it's by different authors, which is why I paused for a second. Dude, Simon's Forest Killer. Alright, so this is a Tith, a modern fairy tale by Holly Black. Like I said in the other one, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, so I'm just gonna tell you which books I have not read, which I have not read, which I have and have not read. So I have not read a lot of these books in here. Some of them I've read halfway, some of them I've read all the way. But I'll tell you which ones I have and have not read and stuff like that. But this one I have not read. A 16-year-old Kay is a modern nomad. Fierce and independent, she travels city to city with her mother's rock band until an anonymous attack forces Kay back into her childhood home. There, amid the industrial, blue-collar New York backdrop, Kay soon finds herself an unwilling pawn in an ancient power struggle between two rival fairy kingdoms. A struggle that could very well mean her death. So it is about fairies. At first, she found out she was normal, traveling with her mom's band from, state to state, country to country, until, she was thrown into something that she was not expecting. So, never read this book. I might read it after I read some of these books, which I have mentioned in my last part. And like I said, I will put these up, this video and the last video up at the same time. I will try to do this whole thing, in this part. I don't want to have to describe everything. Excuse me, I want to have to read the whole descriptions of every book and everything, so yeah. Some of these are actually, a couple of these are actually, fantasy love stories, which are, like I mentioned in my other part, is not for anyone who's under 18. And if you are, 15 to 18, please get parental consent, because these, like I said, romance / it's sexual kind of stuff, which you should not be reading before you're of age. You're awake? Hi, you're awake? It's my other cat. Hi, Nana. Alright, sorry, my next book is Shifter. Shifter by Angela Knight, Laura Lee, and by all these people? Angela Knight, Laura Lee, Alyssa Day, and Virginia Kentra. This is one of those books I was just saying about. Come here, Nana. Come here. I got a little bit into it, but not by much. You guys can't see because of the glare. But, I don't remember much of this. Oh wait, no, this is when she's they're at what is it? They're at a bridal shower or something. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'll actually want to read that. But that's by Angela Knight, Laura Lee, Alyssa Day, and Virginia Kentra. Sorry, I have The Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies on TV, so it's gonna be pretty loud. Yes, the air conditioner, baby. This is Tiger. Right, big boy? Is that your name? Yeah, that's your name, Tiger? I know. He's a big boy. You're a big boy, you bigger than Abby. Alright. Alright, moving on. This is about books. I know. Let me open the door for him really quick. Oh, you asshole. Alright, the next one is The Nymph King by Gina Showalter. Looks like that. The Nymph King by Gina Showalter. Have not read this one either. There's a lot that I have not read. Hi, big boy. But like I said, this is another romance book. You guys couldn't see me. Sorry about that. Hi, Nana. Sorry. I can't help you, baby. I don't have anything for you. I have to keep going. I'm gonna skip that book. Alright, so this is How My Love, Sherilyn Kenyon. That's the author. The book is called The Dream Hunter, and the author is Sherilyn Kenyon. I have that like all the way over there. Like that. Don't know what this is about. Sorry, I have something like in my throat. I don't know what this is about at all. What is this called? The Dream Hunter? Don't even know if this is book 1 or book 10. Yeah, I don't know what this book order is. I don't even know what this book is about, so I can't really tell you anything about it. I haven't read it yet. I can tell you that majority of this is not read. So yeah, majority of this is not read. I'm actually move that up because it's a bad angle of the body. Alright, and the next book is by the same author, Sherilyn Kenyon, and this is Fantasy Lover. Have not read it, but if it's like the title, it's gonna be by a lover. Or it's gonna be it's probably this is the first book of its series at that. So I can't tell you anything about this book. I've never read it, and there's no description of it. Dear reader, being trapped in a bedroom with a woman in a grand thing, being trapped in 100 bedrooms for 1,000 years isn't Being cursed into a book as a love slave for all eternity can ruin a Spartan warrior's day. Okay, so it's by a love slave. Or it's about a love slave, I guess. So I guess it'll have to be right there. Oh, shit. Did I just spill it all over the place? No, I did not. The other book I'm not gonna bring out because it's not a very good book. If you guys want to see this last book right here, leave a like. If this video gets a certain amount of likes, I will show that book in a separate video. That is how, bad it is right now. So that will get its own video. But not right now. I'm actually gonna put these books up there so they don't get confused with the ones I'm about to take out. So, yeah, if you guys want to see it, hit the like button, and I will show it. Alright, so going on to the second shelf. And one of these books was when I was really into the movies and the books. And I still really am into the books, but I've moved on from this guy. Not my favorite guy anymore. Not my #1 heart guy, so I'm gonna move back. Alright, so this is Robert Pattinson, Fated for Fame. Like I said, this is about Robert Pattinson, basically, as you guys can tell by the title. But like I said, I've moved on from this guy. No longer my favorite. So I no longer think he's cute or anything. So basically it's just like about Robert Pattinson and everything, telling you like what he's done, how he's gotten to where he is. I think he got here, like his dad was in the industry or something. Alright, so this next book, let me straighten up my legs. And the bookmark that was actually in that book was a Viper thing that I got from high school. Alright, so this next book, is Fated to Midnight by Shannon McKenna. I think it's a lover book. In this, her highly anticipated hardcover, the long-lost sibling of the legendary McLeod brothers, and her steamiest and most riveting romantic thriller yet. Alright, so it's a romantic thriller. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna read everything. So, yeah. Oh, okay. That's funny. Something that I don't remember writing is in there. Alright. Open the book. Alright. Come on. Damn. Alright, the next book is I Am #4 by Pittacus Lore. This was actually a really good movie. If you guys haven't seen it, I would suggest going to go watch. I would suggest like watching some of the trailers. It's actually very good. Lorraine Legacies. I just now remember that was there. It is about and Lorraine Elder Rule. He has been on Earth for 12 years preparing for the war that will decide Earth's fate. His whereabouts are unknown. Basically, I am sitting with my feet in the water when I feel it coming. The water around my feet started to boil. My lower legs started glowing. Sorry, I keep hitting the thing. This is a hard to describe book. Really hard to describe. Basically, there are, I think, 9 And basically number 4, which is, this guy here on the cover, he is, people are killing them one by one. You gotta start with 1 and go to 9. You can't go from like 1 to 4 to 8, because they won't die if you skip numbers. They only die if you go in order from like 1 to 9. And they each have their own powers, and they have markings on like different spots on their body to tell you when the number died.
What are you doing on the floor?
Looking through my books.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay.
Whoever you're talking to. Yeah, I just wondered why you were on the floor. I was thinking you were crazy or something.
Nope, just looking through my book.
I'll figure out which one's your what or something.
Yep.
I don't read that many books. The only book I read is the Bible. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But yeah, and they all have their own specific power. And when one of the numbers dies, everyone feels it. All the numbers feel it. So like if number 2 died, number 3 through 9 felt it. Number 3 died, 4 through 9 felt it. So they all felt whenever the numbers died. And this marking that they can have it on their ankle, their hand, their wrist, their elbows, shoulders, anywhere. So yeah, and then this is a Wawa book. This is Wawa Way by Howard Stockel with Bob, and this is basically telling you how Wawa came up, how they do stuff and everything. So, where's my phone? I gotta know what time it is right now. I don't even know what time it is. You know it's 9:30, right? Sorry about that. But yeah, that's basically showing you like how Wawa came up, the history of Wawa, how they started doing things and everything, and how, a lot of the stuff is run. All the Wawas, basically they have a main corporation and everything, so most places do. Alright, and then this is Becca Cooper Terrier. Becca Cooper Terrier, a Tortall legend. This is by Tamora Pierce. And this is the first book. Basically, it's set in like early time, where they walked from district to district. 100 years before Olana first drew her sword into more pieces of Momo. Tortall had a heroine named Becca Cooper, a fierce young woman who fought. What? Oh, my phone is behind me the whole damn time. I didn't know that. Named Becca Cooper, who fights crimes in a world of magic. This is beginning of her story of her legend and her legacy. She's a rookie with a law enforcement law enforcing provost guard, commonly known as the Provost Dogs, in Circus, the city of Tortal. To the surprise of both the veterans, known as the Dogs, and her fellows, puppies, Becca requests duty in the lower cities. The lower city is Tough Beat. So, yeah. Basically, the veterans of the crime of, the guard are known as dogs, like grown-up dogs. But the rookies are known as puppies. And Becca Cooper is a puppy, and they fight with batons. They fight with batons. Incoming cat! And this one actually has a bookmark in it. Atlas from Twilight, so. I have like a whole bunch of Twilight, bookmarks. Like I said, I still love the book series, so I have a whole bunch of, I have a Bella one, I have Edward one, and I have a Jasper one, and then I have a Bella and Edward one as well. Alright, so let me grab the next 3, I gotta read this quick. Alright, so this book is by, Laura Lee, and this is AidanT's Charity. This is also one of those books that you gotta be old enough to read. It is one of those romance fantasy novels. What is this one?
I say we stand with our men in life and in death.
I don't know if this is book number 1 or 2. Yeah, I don't know which one this is, but I know a lot of Laura Lee's books are really, really good. So, I read a couple of her books. They're really good, and I think one of the books that I have is up on my other bookshelf behind me on the wall. And I read a couple of her books actually, and they're really good, and I like them now. I actually suggest them to those who like romance novels like this. Alright, the next one, sorry, I'm scratching my back, so it's really itchy right now. The next one is Bear Meets Girl by Shelley Laurenston. I actually read this book like a long time ago, and actually I'm out of my dad's cards, business cards in here. Oh, my back. Sorry. Bear Meets Girl by Shelley Laurenston. It's pretty beat up. Usually I don't let my books become like that. But, actually this is, I bought this from the library and it came like that, so. So yeah. This book, I don't remember what it's about because I actually read this like a long while ago. Sorry, I got something in my throat.
He's taking his best warriors to do
Lou Krushik is a reasonable, mellow, easygoing kind guy, but once someone starts killing the scumbag he works so hard to bust, really gets under his fur, especially when someone is a curvy she tiger with a skill set that's turning Crush's lone bear world upside down and bringing his passion out of hibernation. So yeah. That's Krushik, and that's the she-tiger. So, yeah. Ooh. Sorry. So yeah. But I remember it was actually a really good book. I can't tell you much because I don't remember much of it. It's been a good couple of months since I read this book, so couldn't tell you a whole lot. But it's really good. I might start reading it sometime soon. Alright, this is Guardian of the Gate, by Michelle Zink. I have not read this book. This is actually book 2. I have book 1 on my Nook, which I showed in my very first book tour the book tour I did of the shelf up on the wall. And this is, I don't even know, I didn't even read that book, The Prophecies of the Sister yet. Or Prophecy of the Sisters yet. Have not read it, and I most likely will sometime soon. But I know it's about witches. I do know it's about witches. There's the Prophecies of the Sisters, Guardian of the Gate, and the Circle of Fire. Shows the books right there, 1, 2, and 3. And then this is the front. It is by Michelle Zink. I just did that one. Alright, there we go. Alright, so Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. I think this was made into like a major motion picture. Some loves are meant to be, others are cursed. I think this was made into a motion picture. Lena. Oh gosh. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That came out of nowhere. Actually, no, it didn't. Yeah, it did. It came out of nowhere. The one I had earlier went away. Lena is unlikely anyone the small southern town of Gatlin has ever seen. She struggles to conceal her power and a curse that has haunted her family for generations. But even within the overgrown gardens, murky swamps, and crumbled graveyard of the Forgotten South, a secret cannot be hidden forever. So basically she's just trying to hide her magic from others. And I guess she meets a boy. And yeah. Alright, this is The Hobbit. I've read these series a whole lot. And this is actually one of the newer covers because it's got Bilbo Baggins on it. The Bilbo Baggins from the movie that they just made not that long ago. So yeah, and this is by J.R.R. Tolkien, and I think he started making this in like 1937, and I think it was finished by his son, or it was edited by his son. I know there was a book that was unfinished, and I don't know if his son ever published it or not. But yeah, I've read this book so many times. And yeah. Oh, my knee. Alright, so this is A Night World, #1. Sacred Vampires, Daughters of Darkness, and Spellbinder, which is the stories that it includes. This is thick. 730 pages. And this is by J.L. Smith. Yeah, I have not read this book series. It intrigued me because it's got vampires in it, so it intrigued me. I am into that kind of stuff, so yeah. So it really intrigued me because it's got vampires in it. So I might actually read it pretty soon. Oh, come on. Alright, so this is H.P. Lovecraft. Book of the Supernatural. It's got 20 classic tales of Macabre, chosen by Master of Horror himself. So it's got a whole bunch of different stories of like supernatural, what people have experienced over the years and everything. This was actually my dad's, and I think I took it from him like years ago. So yeah, this is an H.P. Lovecraft book. That is what it looks like. I think I read like one story, and it was actually really good. So if you guys are into H.P. Lovecraft, the Book of Supernatural is really good. I read like one or two stories in it, and it was actually good. And that was actually the first time I've ever read anything from H.P. Lovecraft. So, sorry, like I said, I'm sitting on hardwood floor, so it's kind of uncomfortable. Alright. Alright, Kissed by an Angel. By Elizabeth Chandler. I've never read this book. Never read this book, but I have no idea what it's about. When her boyfriend Tristan died, Ivy thought she'd lost everything, even her faith in angels. But now she's discovered that he's her guardian angel. His presence so strong that she could feel the touch of his hand, beat of his heart. Ivy needs Tristan now more than ever because he knows she's in terrible danger. But if Tristan rescues Ivy, his mission on Earth will be finished. He must leave her behind forever. Will saving Ivy mean losing her just when he's finally reached her again? Okay. But, that actually does sound really interesting. Will I read it? Probably after I read the long list of books that I already have, in waiting, so. Alright. What the Dickens by, I guess it's by Gregory Maguire, the author of Wicked. What? Alright, so this is What the Dickens. I've never read this book, never heard of it. My mom got it for me years ago, but I never forgot it. I never read it. So I probably should read that soon. Just to find out what it is. Alright, sorry I'm trying to move through these fast. I'm going on like 33 minutes here, and I gotta take a shower and then end my vlog, so I'm gonna try to get this done as quick as possible. Wicked City, The Other Side, by Hideki Kikuchi? I don't know. If I'm pronouncing this wrong, let me know. I'm sorry. It's a Japanese name or a Chinese name, and I don't want to freaking botch it. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, let me know. I've never read this, but the title actually intrigued me. If you see, her fingernails are like that long, and they're not natural. Do you mind, Abby? She's like messing with my feet. Alright. Classic ghost stories. 18 spine-chilling tales of terror and the supernatural. I've read a couple of these, and they were actually really good. They're stories from H.G. Wells to M.R. James, Edgar Allan Poe, Amelia B. Edwards, and a whole bunch of others. And it's 18 different stories, 18 different classic ghost stories by edited by Bill Powers, but there's a whole bunch of different stories in here from a whole bunch of different authors. This is what the front page looks like. This is what the side looks like. back. So yeah. A couple of the stories are very, very well. It talks about like a skull in a box. One of them is like a skull in a box and stuff. So it's actually very interesting. Last 4 on the shelf. CSI Crime Scene Investigation Binding Ties. I think I've seen the episode that I do not remember. This is like the Las Vegas one. This is one with Grimes in it. Rick Grimes. No, not Rick Grimes. Is it Rick Grimes? Oh. Let me just show you the cast. It's one of the old ones because it's got this guy in it. This guy. I know that he's not in it to a certain point. So yeah. Like I said, I haven't read this one, but I have seen most of the CSI Crime Scene Investigation shows because I loved Las Vegas. It's not called Las Vegas, but I always called it Las Vegas because it's based in Las Vegas. Alright, so Primal Law. Let's got Alice in Wonderland. Primal Law, an Alpha Pack novel by J.D. Tyler. After a massacre decimates half of his team and leaves him crippled, Jackson Law must relearn how to fight and battle the anger and guilt threatening to overwhelm him. But he rescues a beautiful woman who awakens his primal instincts. Jack is unprepared for the dangers that lie ahead. Okay. That's actually interesting. Alright, I'm just gonna breeze through some of these pretty quick. I'm gonna actually end it. Probably after these two, because, like I said, it's getting late. It is going on 9:45, and I actually do have to take a shower and end my vlog. And because I gotta wake up early tomorrow for work. I should have done this earlier, but I forgot. So this is Angel. If you guys are familiar with the show, it's about a vampire and his group. So this is Endangered Species. Cordelia Chase is accustomed to being rocked by visions of horror courtesy of the powers that be, but she is particularly disturbed to be visited by the image of someone she knows, Faith, the rogue slayer who is being stalked in prison by the supernatural. The picture becomes clearer when Chaz Escobar, a one-time game hunter, arrives at Angel's investigation. He explains that he is searching for his wife, Mariana, a vampire. He had been working on the cure for her vampirism on a small distant island, but she escaped, and he suspects her for being the monster harassed by Faith. So, okay, that's interesting. Alright. I did read some of this a long time ago, but this is like so beaten up and worn, it's not even funny. I've had this for like so many years. I think I took that from the library like 5 years ago. And this is... Oh, did I tell you the author of that, by the way? Nancy Holder and Jeff Marriott. Nancy Holder was one of the authors of one of these other books. Alright, so this is Children of the Shaman by Jessica Rydell. Basically, the shaman is male, and the children is the boy. There's a boy and a girl, and It's a boy and a girl. The boy is older, the girl is a little younger, and they're on their way to see their dad, who is a shaman. That's about all I can remember. 13-year-old Anat and her older brother Malchek are leaving their sheltered upbringing to be reunited with their estranged father, a shaman of considerable power, travel to the frozen north, a journey made perilous by bandits and savage soulmen. So, yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. And Anat and Malachek are wanderers, a dispossessed people who hated are and feared by a native population. Their father is a healer on his way to guard Almar, a place superstition and blood feuds. A place of superstition and blood feuds. Okay, this is what the title looks like. The front page looks like. That's the side. This is the back. I did read this book a long time ago. They're traveling by train to see their father, and then they travel with their father to go to this estranged place. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna end the vlog here. Sorry I have to make this video into 3 parts, but like I said, shower, vlog, work tomorrow. I have to be at work by 11 a.m. and I have to get up by 7:30ish, so that way I can actually wake up on time. If I don't wake up by 7 o'clock or 7:30ish, then I will sleep late, and I don't want that. So I will continue with the books down here and the books up here. I already did the books behind me, back there, so yeah. Alright, sorry I have to cut this short, but I will do this again. Leave a like. I will post these 3 videos at the same time. I won't put them together in one video, but I will put them at the same time. So, sorry I had to cut this short, but like, subscribe, favorite, share with your friends and family, and I will see you guys in the next part. Bye!